Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Nick Grossmann here, psychic medium, demon hunter, jack of all trades with the supernatural. Not the dark stuff anymore though. Demonology though. We've been doing a lot of that this year with Biff Ministry Group. Just want to start by saying that if you guys feel like you have an attachment, 8 out of 10 people in what we believe in Deliverance with the Ministry Group is probably 8 out of 10 people have an attachment, and you know, most people these days could use some type of spiritual cleansing. So, you know, 8 times out of 10, you know, these things are so smooth and very calm. But then there's that 2 out of 10 that are extreme and people do begin to act up. But what I do want to go over is I've been dealing with an incubi and one of my clients, and we've been dealing with this probably for about 9 years. This incubus named Robert torments our client, and we've never seen anything quite like this actually. This is a very, very difficult case. Okay, this is okay. With my study on demons, this is what I think they are. I really feel like we're dealing with something more interdimensional, you know, because when I go into a house that really actually does have a really, really strong demons, a lot of times they travel in packs most of the time. When I go there, these beings have beyond physics defying abilities. Okay. These things could hack reality. They could hack the energy around you, I swear. And either A, they have the ability to make people hallucinate things, or B, they actually physically manipulate energy and actually appear somehow physically. This entity has appeared in the form of a big spider, and we have videos of this, which will be on Expedition Hell, by the way. Just want to get into this very bizarre story about this. You know, we always heard that there was like noises in the attic of this lady, okay? I want to just go over what it's like dealing with a demon, because it's much different than dealing on a paranormal case. And I'm sorry, most cemeteries probably don't have, you know, the activity. Most of what I'm saying is most haunted places you deal with, believe it or not, I want to say about 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10 have demons. The other 6 are said to have demons according to the legend, but I want to say 4 out of 10.
In our project Angel vs. Demons, we scientifically document demonic activity such as our client that turns into Belial, or should I say face transforms into Belial, and we do have that in the further episodes coming above where you can actually see the transformation.
All my life I've experienced these things. I was taught that it was my imagination until they started actually doing things. All my life I've experienced these things, and they do physics-defying activity. And let me give you an example of what we go through with our client here. We've always heard noises in the attic, and I used to go up there and try to take pictures up there and see if we could get a picture of the demon or interdimensional, whatever it is. Something nasty. Interdimensional nasty. Let's just call it that. IN. That's basically what it is right now, because I'm not sure if it's not a demon as you would imagine It's not a demon as you would imagine the theology. It's not. It's very, very different. But we used to go in the attic and try to take pictures, which is very, very hard to get pictures of an actual demon. Again, kudos to whoever could do it. We have done that multiple times, but it took staking out at these locations for a period of 10 years. And what we did was Ghost Storm and CT Past. We chose about 3 or 4 locations, and we really for about, since 2018 or 19, until recently, kind of ended that adventure. But we actually studied that stuff, and we only did like about 3 or 4 cases, and we literally studied it because these people were not interested, for whatever reason, in letting the entity go. They were not interested in that. We tried to convince them to get a Deliverance casting or anything like that. They were perfectly happy with their entity. We tried for a long time, which was very, very strange. But, you know, the attic was usually clear, and then one day, you know, the lady gets this on her outdoor camera, this big spider crawling like on the camera itself. So you could obviously see that, A, this is the size of a tarantula or bigger. Or, we actually have this video. Or B, this is the size, it has some type of tentacles. It was definitely an arachnid, but it looked like it had kind of tentacles on the arms. It's very bizarre. You could see that on Expedition Hell coming out this October. But she showed us that video. The following week, downstairs, I get another video of this spider-like creature flying into the lady's head and disappearing. And then a couple weeks later, we go up there, and I go up in the attic, and like what I saw was an asthma. Somebody with asthma would have a fucking breathing attack in this place, okay? What I saw in that attic was unlike I've ever seen anything in my life. There was blankets of webs. I mean thick blankets of webbing. How the hell did that get there? I was just up there 3 weeks ago. It wasn't there then. I was terrified, but I stood up there like at my post with my video recorder, and I stood up there with my post with my camera on, but I got nothing. Jeff has a concoction, or a potion, I always say, and you know, like almost like a grenade, we basically put all the potion all over the webs, all over the place. Shut the door. The freaking things were going out of control in the attic. And now, look, I've never known of a spider species around here that can make webs, blanket-like webs. It was very, very disturbing, and the whole place was filled with it. As a matter of fact, I had to sit on top of the door, because if I ventured out into the attic, all the webs would get all over me. So that was bizarre. Recently we went back there, and this is another thing that I've noticed in some possessee people who are possessed by these creatures. They have the power to physically manifest stuff. If you thought the law of attraction is a big deal, I mean, these entities have beyond mastered that art. They can make things appear and stuff like that. And let me go get this real quick, because I want to show you. Right here. So it took these. These bees and hornets and whatever the hell that yellow thing is, I don't even know. but it's nasty and I don't like it. But as a collector of occult and demonology artifacts, I had to take it from my museum. Now, let me tell you what happened here. I always heard of a story from her that, you know, she has bees that are attracted to her, okay? I never saw this. I always was so skeptical. Even after I saw the web, this story still, it was so skeptical, but it made the hair stand up all the time. Because, you know, as a kid, when I watched Candyman, which is one of my favorite movies, you know, that just sent the bee story sends shivers down my spine. I love horror too. And on top of that, it's real paranormal, obviously. But it reminded me of that. It gave me the shivers, right? And she said, and I'm looking at these bees right now, and they're just giving me the creeps. Because they're not regular bees. I mean, these things are big. I don't know what the hell they are. But they're not regular. The door just closed on its own, or was that my son? I'm not sure, I didn't see.
This type of activity is so common in this house, I could literally care less.
What I'm saying is, she told me a story all the time about bees coming out of the cracks of the hood of her car and out of the cracks of the mirrors. She had to drive very fast on I-95 to get, but the bees kept coming and she kept driving faster to get rid of them, windshield wipers, everything, but they kept coming. I never believed this, okay? There was a few other bee stories she told me as well. Till the couple weeks ago, we go there. There's bees all over the damn house, okay? There's bees all over the windowsills. There's bees all over the couch. There's bees all over up there. And I have a video of this. The most disturbing thing is this. How do you live in a place filled with bees? You never get stung. Anyway, I thought I would let you know about that. That I do think that what we are dealing with, which is an incubus, is an interdimensional type of creature. In my experience, I can't help but to think that, because I have a lot of experience with it at this point and studying that. Anyway, psychic medium, Biff Ministry Group, flag 'em, bag 'em, and tag 'em. Join us next week, next Thursday, as we are releasing episode 1. Check it out. I'll post the link on my Facebook. Flag 'em, bag 'em, tag 'em. Gonna go bag some demons, baby. If you want a tarot card reading, it's $20 for 30 minutes. I do them a few times a week. Helps with the gas money to go on our adventures and help people. So shoot me a message, and let me tell you something, bro. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.